Happy Saturday, everybody. Let's see. Getting real close. I've probably got, week and a half, 2 weeks of work for this thing to be fully roadworthy, because I still got to do the brakes and everything. I'm waiting on an alternator and a power steering pump and 2 lines. The wiring is all done other than 12-volt hot for the choke, and the I'm going to have to do a 12-volt hot for the kickdown module, I guess, the B&M deal that goes on this, because since the TH375/400s are electric kickdown, I think I'm going to end up putting a bigger air cleaner on it because I have more room than I thought I did, which is good. I think I can get like a 14x2 or a 14x3 on this thing. I'll just have to see how close it is to the doghouse, because the doghouse has a little bit of an angle in it, but I'm pretty sure I can get the 2 around it. I need to clean up the plug wires. I just have them on so I could test fire it. Have my budget Taurus fan assembly and everything that I put on the radiator. I've got it mocked up. I'm making some upper radiator mount brackets, because the factory shroud actually has the brackets built into it. So I'm going to get rid of all that to clean it up. Since I've cleaned up the harness that goes over it, because it was a rat's nest, I cleaned it up. Harness is in great shape. It's just all the factory plastic had come off of it, but all the wires are all nice. Nothing's dry or cracked or anything like that. I got to run the hard line for the vacuum modulator valve. I got to hard line the transmission to the transmission cooler I have for it. I have a huge transmission cooler for it. I just had the lines looped just so I could start it and circulate fluid in it. Once I get it running, I'm going to change the braking oil once more for a 3rd time, since I had oil in it. I broke it in on VR1. They changed it on the dyno, and then did another VR1 oil change on it, ran the engine, did the 14 or 15 pulls on it, and then I got it back. So I think I'm going to go ahead and change oil one more time, because the rings are probably pretty close to seated. I got, let's see, I'm putting a new heater core in it while I'm here, because these are notorious for bad heater cores. New condenser. I got a new condenser for it. The air conditioning on this thing, my goal is for it to be as colder than it was stock. I want to hang meat in this thing. I don't want to sweat. But it's coming along. It's getting there. Just, kind of just waiting for parts has been kind of the big thing. But it is coming along, and I'm really looking forward to driving it. It should be really good. Aside from a huge performance increase, it's probably actually going to drive really good, because the thing I hate about 4.3s is, especially the old ones, pre-balance shaft, they vibrate so bad and they shake and they're kind of underpowered. But this has plenty of power, and when I had it running, I filled the bowls up in the carburetor so it idled, a minute or two. And even though you probably heard in the other video, it's got a fairly lumpy idle through the exhaust, this cam's still on a 114. So even though it sounds like that out of the exhaust, the engine is running silky smooth. I mean, doesn't even shake when it idles. And I think on the dyno we had it set for a 750 RPM idle. So in gear, this thing's probably going to be 550-ish, 600 with the stock converter in it. So should idle really smooth. But once I get all that, I get the nose back on it, charge the AC and stuff like that. We're pretty much going to be there. And I'm doing brakes and stuff just because they're old, and as a precaution I was going to do ball joints too. There's my exhaust. It's dual 2¼ inch true dual motor back with NOS Thrush turbo power turbo mufflers, or power turbos, however you say it. My new drive shaft, my speed sensor and speedometer is all wired up. All the gauges work. I've tested them. All the gauges work. The gas gauge works. The factory oil pressure gauge works. The temp gauge should work. Everything works. So I think really the only thing I'll even need to think about putting in it is maybe a tack if I want, but considering this transmission is going to shift automatically probably between 4 and 4,500 RPM, and This is like a 5,000 RPM engine. I might not even bother, to be honest, because it's not like I'm turning the thing to 6,800. I think it'll be okay. But that is my update for now. I will have a more in-depth video coming within the week. I just wanted to check in with everybody. Y'all enjoy your weekend. See ya.